One, and we're live. Hi, everyone. It's Moira here, and I am joined by a really cool guy who's got a really interesting surname that I'm going to try and not butcher right now. It's Barry Ocketel, and he's all the way from Australia. So it's first thing in the morning for Barry tomorrow, and it's last thing in the evening for me. I had the pleasure of meeting Barry at how did we meet? We were connected by a guest that we had at one of my Secret Suppers Worldwide events, Mark Porteous. If you're watching back, lots of love to you. And we had this great conversation, and he got to show me some of his magic. Let's say that. I am going to introduce him now to you, and hopefully he'll show us all some of his magic this evening. People have magic these days. We are certainly moving into a superhuman society. So, Mark, and Mark says so as well. So, Barry, why don't you introduce yourself to everybody here?
Oh, look, thank you very much, Moya. I love magic. I think magic is really important. And in actual fact, I'm a part-time magician, and you may not know that about me.
I didn't know that.
And, uh, and so the interesting thing is, where does the tricks finish and where does the real magic start? And there's a sort of a blurred line in between, which I think is wonderful. And, that's pretty cool. Look, my background really. Up until 32 was pretty standard. I was a high school teacher originally. And at 32, I took my son to an optometrist for glasses. And at that stage, I was wearing multifocal for distance, for close-up, and for stigmatism, everything. Anyway, the optometrist suggested some eye exercises, and I sort of had a bit of skepticism. I was teaching accounting, computers, so fairly straightforward. And I said, "Oh, look, really? Come on, And he said, "What about you?" And I said, "Oh, it's too late for me. I'm 32 years of age, like I'm so old." Anyway, I think what really triggered is they said, "Oh, well, your glasses are what they're meant to be for someone in their mid-40s." And I was 32. So I started, something clicked. There's moments in our lives where things clicked. And there was that curiosity. And the curiosity was, can I do something about my own eyesight? And I just started experimenting in the morning about what can I do about my eyes. And what I started doing, I used to put them on first thing at night and take them off last thing at night. First thing in the morning, last thing at night.
Yeah.
And I just started experimenting, but not wearing them in the morning. That's all I did. Within 2 months, I'd actually got out of reading glasses, half my prescription, and I've never worn reading glasses again since.
Interesting. He says the girl wearing glasses.
and that was like the start. And then I got excited, of course. And then I really worked on my long-term vision, and 4 months later passed the driver's license with 20/20 vision.
Oh, wow.
And that was the start of my journey. Like you think, well, I've achieved this. What that actually did was really to open me up to other possibilities. And my life has sort of not been the same ever since.
Wow. So how would you describe what you do for the people who are watching? And hi, everybody who's tuning in. I know that you're here. Let us know where you are. Barry's from Australia. We're going to be talking about some magic stuff, so stay tuned. How would you describe what you do, Barry?
Look, I actually often describe myself as an intuitive kinesiologist these days. So I sort of combine intuition with kinesiology. So we've got some science associated with this, but we need intuition to make sure it works and check it up and things like that. So my area of expertise is really about clearing blocks. The reference that people give me when I go to America is the blockbuster. So I actually clear these blocks of sabotages and beliefs and things like that, literally in minutes. That's what I've been doing.
Well, and this is what I experienced, and I don't know if I would say it was a block as such, and I wasn't probably thinking about it like that. But you did say to me, Maria, what's something that you're stressed out about? And I was like, okay, I can definitely think of something that stresses me. And and it literally was a couple of minutes. You gave me a statement. You did whatever, listening or whatever, and then that statement has stayed with me, and I literally have written it all over the house, because when I say it now, I'm like, oh, I feel it. Okay, I'm in control, or I'm on it, and it just it's almost like a jerk reaction that takes me out of like a place of stress, actually. Yeah, this is gold. So if you're watching and you have something that's holding you back right now, or you've got something that's causing you stress, Barry might be able to sort it out for you in minutes. And he's extremely generous with his time. So stay tuned and say hi to us if you've got a question for us. Obviously, Barry specializes in intuitive kinesiology, and he's also a part-time magician. Imagine that.
And the interesting thing with the kinesiology is that 2 years ago I set up the visionschool.org, and I set that up to have a place where I could store all these programs that I was doing, clear blocks to making money, clear blocks to money flow, clear blocks to health, clear blocks to
Yeah.
relationship. And the most exciting thing is I get email every week from people who go to those programs, watch the replay, and still get the clearing.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
And so the intent of doing my work is it works beyond time and space. So I'm really happy to clear some people today. I also want people to know that anyone watching the replay will also get the same benefit.
Brilliant. Guys, let us know, #replay if you ever watch the replay. And we do have some viewers. We have Miguel Sanchez, who's an amazing speaker from Orange County in California, a dear friend, and we also do some work together. Also, Michael Campbell, local man here, and John Kyle, hello again. So this is Barry Ocatel, and have I said it okay? He's from Australia, and he specializes in clearing people's blocks. And I suppose this time of year, Barry, people have a lot of blocks.
Look, they do. And I just want to sort of, I guess, join the dots between how I'd go from eyesight to doing this work. And really for me is that when I got 20/20 vision, it actually expanded my vision of life, really.
Right.
And so my vision of life expanded to what else is possible.
Right.
And so that's where I guess people sort of say, how do you go from eyesight to doing this sort of work? Yeah. The two, to me, are connected, because how we see with our eyes is a reflection of how we see life. And so, in this time, especially this year, it's been, a huge challenge for people to how we see life. And it'll be interesting, the effects of people's eyesight because of the lockdowns and everything else that we've had this year.
Oh, right. Interesting. Well, I know there's a couple of people on here who are wearing glasses. What would you advise them to do? Do you think people's eyesight gets worse around this time of year as well because of that?
Well, again, look, I believe our eyesight is a variant that changes. It's not just, oh, this is my eyesight at this level and we get glasses at that level. And that can be told by the number of people. You go and get your eyes tested. And I'm not against optometrists. Like, they are really an important process. But if we go and get our eyes tested, we're really stressed out. And they sort of say, which is clearer, 1 or 2, and you're not too sure, and then you're working it all out, and they give you a pair of glasses. And in my own case, I used to go back and say, these feel too strong. And the standard response is, you'll get used to it. In other words, your eyesight will deteriorate sufficiently to match the new lens.
Oh, it's terrible. That's awful.
So what we're doing now, I guess, is looking at, okay, what's underneath that? What is it in life that we don't want to see? And at this time of the year, coming up to Christmas, people are under a lot of stress to complete work, to finish up projects, and then in some cases to be put together with family that you may not normally have that much contact with during the year. And that creates another stress in itself. There's also stresses by people who don't have family, and the expectation is you're going to be with family. So people the reality is that's not their life. And there's that sense of loneliness and things like that can come in as well.
Yeah, totally. I mean, this is the time of year where you just start thinking of all not even the special people, but just those family moments, and that's what matters to people most, even though that most of us, or many of us, are not even, telling our family right now how much we love them and how much we care for them. They are the most, that's all that really matters at the end of the day, isn't it?
Well, the most interesting for me, I mean, the 3 top people in my life at the moment are my 3 granddaughters, all under 2 years of age. And what I find absolutely amazing is there's one granddaughter I have in England which we can't get to currently, so I haven't physically met.
Yeah.
But it's amazing how much love you can have for a person who you haven't even met yet.
Oh, that's
You
beautiful.
know, and they just bring me so much joy. Like obviously we're doing the FaceTime stuff and things like that. So, but there's so much joy that they bring in what they have to offer, and really great. I think gratitude is the big thing for me at the moment, and certainly where my work is going, areas of gratitude and vibration frequency work that I do is such an important thing.
And I'm just going to say, like, for me, even like some of the most powerful keys and, best business learnings you can have is to be grateful for what you've got at every stage of your business, and especially when it comes to sales and things like that, especially when people start out, they make some sales and they're like, oh my God, this is happening, or they don't, instead of just being in it and being like, I'm so grateful for this is really happening, and just staying grounded in what is actually happening. And for me, every time I've been like going through a rough patch in business, it's always been gratitude that saves me. It's always been gratitude that snaps me right out of it. And I even hear some of the, biggest names in entrepreneurship talking like this as well. So this is serious, this is real, this stuff really, really works, and no better man.
Gratitude is, like with the muscle testing I've done, is the quickest way to shift your ability to manifest things. Like it's an obvious thing that people do, but it is the easiest way and the quickest way to shift stuff to create something in your life. It's really hard to be in gratitude and complaining at the same time. it's quite a difficult process, and the energy of complaining just creates that. The energy of gratitude seems to attract that. It really does. It's been that case in my life for 30 years now, but particularly in the last 5 years that I've been really focusing on this.
And tell me, what are some of the things that you could help the people that are watching this evening?
I'm really happy today. Look, if people have got an eyesight issue that they want to look at, I'm happy to look at that. If there's a stress that people might have, particularly around the Christmas time, it might be something that, it's the end of the year, or I'm not feeling really comfortable, or maybe I haven't even achieved what I thought I was going to achieve this year. There's all those sorts of things that may come up. And it may be that they're not looking forward to. There's something about next year that they're really like, oh, next year has to be the year, and I'm worried, or I've done a lot of work with people around fear of the pandemic, the fear. Lately, I've been doing work around the fear of vaccines, and so looking at not about whether you should or shouldn't take it, but at least let's let go of the fear associated with that.
Wow, interesting. So I definitely get a lot of entrepreneurs watching, and I know one thing that entrepreneurs are they suffer from, and they might not admit it, is the fear of success.
Look, it's an interesting one, that one. Sometimes the fear of failure can also come up as well. Like, what if I put myself in this and it doesn't work? And traditionally, look, I would have thought fear of success can come in. It does come in quite often when I work with people. More than not, it's actually a fear of failure. It's actually if I succeed, yes, I'll lose friends, but if I fail, I'll lose friends as well. So it sort of keeps people in that mediocre stage. And so I'd love to do a statement for everyone around embracing success. How would that be for everyone?
That would be awesome.
All right. So what we'll do, if you don't mind, I'll use an example, because I do like to tune in for someone just to get a statement, because I want to create a brand new statement for everyone here today, not just grab one. And so so the statement will be, I am open to success above and beyond my expectations.
Do you want me to do that?
I'll get you to say that for me, please.
I'm open to success above and beyond my expectations.
Okay. So I'll just get that down, and I'll get everyone get that down if you can, and say it to yourself. Like, for everyone listening, just say it out loud to yourself and see what that feels like. And so what's it feel like to you when you say that?
It feels good.
It feels good. well, what I'm actually doing now, I'll explain what I'm doing. From now on, with your permission, I'm actually going to be muscle testing you.
Yeah, okay.
And when I'm testing this, I can actually hear, and I can actually hear it in the vibration as well. So I actually get to listen to you. And it's like, I really want that to be true, but there's something stopping it. And so this above and beyond my expectations is really interesting, because that to me refers to what I refer to as a glass ceiling. I want to have success, but this is as far as I can have success to. This is what I think is possible. So for most of us, success is what do we believe is possible? Now, what I love people to do, and particularly entrepreneurs, is to go, well, look, where I want to go, if it's just going to go to where it's possible, I might as well just go and get a job and stay there, and I know what I get each week, and etc. But if we go above and beyond my expectations, this is about going to a level that's actually above what your own expectations are. Imagine that.
Yeah, imagine that.
And so, what tends to happen, and this is the work that I've been doing since 1995, is the area around sabotage clearing. So we have these internal sabotages going on, and little programs that says things like, I'm not good enough, or I shouldn't be that successful, or I shouldn't be as successful as my parents were. You have to work hard to make all this money. If I make it, then all of a sudden I'm not spiritual anymore if I start making lots of money, and all those sorts of things are going on, and part of the work that I do with individual people is to clear all those programs, and we've got thousands of them that we've recorded of programs, and actually get to clear those sorts of things.
What brilliant work.
Thank you. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to show people how to actually clear this. And I guess what I love people to do is to be aware, those people, particularly those people who are live, because they can give us instant feedback, if they notice the difference. And so I'm open to success above and beyond my expectations. What I'm going to do is actually shift the energy, and we're actually shifting the energy around your body, and it's almost like in your aura, and realigning it to the way it should be. Because when we have these sabotages, it actually throws us out. And in this case here for you, this is very much steeped into your childhood. This is like, you can succeed to this point. You can get, really happy if you get an A. Don't get an A plus though, because that might make you a bit different.
There was no fear of that when I was at school.
But there was a limit to what you were allowed, a limit to what was acceptable in terms of grades. I don't know what your grades were like at school, but again, I actually get that this glass ceiling for you was a learned process at school. So really interesting. I had a son who was struggling at school, and we found out that he was virtually being bullied. And if he succeeded, he got bullied. And we actually shifted schools. We did some work around being positive with him. And within 12 months, he actually topped the class in terms of maths.
Wow.
And, from a boy that was struggling. And it was just gave him that permission to open the floodgates and go, look, go for it. And,
go for it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And I mean, this is such important work to be able to do this for people, open the floodgates and just have them go for it.
So we've actually already cleared it, by the way. We've just been chatting and I forgot to tell you we've cleared it. So let's just get you to say again, I am open to success above and beyond my expectations.
I am open to success above and beyond my expectations.
Okay. So can you hear a difference when you say that to yourself? Yeah. That's the difference. That's the energy that stops us from sort of, oh, yeah, I love to do that, but there's something that keeps pulling us down. And so that's now going to enable you to open up that possibilities of what's available for you.
That's exciting.
Oh, look, it's very exciting, like it's, this is the stuff that can sort of change everything, if you like.
Yeah.
So I'd love to hear any feedback from people who are listening live if they've noticed any difference. Because
I know, is anybody doing this with us? Let us know. I've got my phone here to catch the comments.
Yeah.
Let us know if you tried what Barry was just sharing, and if you're watching the replay, hashtag replay and let us know, and I'm sure Barry will come back and check as well, so you can let us know if that was working for you. And what will be the signs that it's working?
Well, look, the two things will be, I guess, the first one is it has a feeling, like there's a sense of, it doesn't feel like it's a struggle to even say that. And you know, a statement like that, there should be that expectation or hope, if you like, even of, wow, this actually feels possible now. So that's the first thing. The second thing is a tangible result. The second thing is we would like a tangible result where something will happen. You'll go, gee, that was above what I thought was going to happen. And then you go, that was it. That's when it started.
Well, I can't wait till tomorrow.
So, you know, life seems to have a way of presenting itself to show us how things can occur. And, you know, maybe tomorrow, but maybe next week. I ran a class which was Clear Blocks to Financial Freedom. And, you know, people had all sorts of amazing success. You know, money was coming in left, right, and centre for people. And then 12 months later, I thought, I want to see how people went, not just those who had successes. I want to know what happened to those who didn't.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, you know, people will bring out, oh, all these people had successes, but what about the ones that didn't really succeed? You know, like. So I ran a class 12 months later, and I invited everyone back. And as I expected, there was a whole group of them who said that money started showing up and things like that. And I had one guy who was virtually bankrupt and was like thousands upon $1,000 in debt. Listened to an hour of the replay every day for the year, and is now actually not just no longer nearly bankrupt. Last time I was talking to you, was talking about what sort of investments can we do for the future, and can we invest in crypto in this as extra money and things like that. So that was the shift. Now, those sort of people occurred. Now, what I was interested in is, what about the people who didn't have success? And I wanted to work with them. What was still stopping them from having success? And what I was amazed about is not one person said that this didn't work. The people who didn't have success said they still changed their mindset, and it was just a matter of waiting for this to show up now. And every one of them felt that way. It was like, I was surprised by the shift in the mindset of these people who were, you know, this is never going to work, this won't work for me, what's going on, to, I actually know this has already worked, and it's just now a matter of time for it to show up.
Well, I'm getting excited.
Yeah. I think it's a great statement, and we literally just made that statement up. And I had a book called The Scan Charts, which people can grab, actually. It's thescancharts.com. And it's a whole lot of statements and sabotage.
S-C-A-N.
S-C-A-N, but Scan Charts.
Charts, C-H-A-R-T-S, is it?
Yes. This is a book that I did for Kinesiologists back in 1999. And it's just a whole lot of charts. So if you do pendulum or muscle testing or even intuition, it's on 52 now different statements. And the interesting thing with that, with this chart, is that people are using it to clear all sorts of things. And that has solved, literally most of the kinesiologists I know actually have a copy of that. There's probably over 5,000 copies worldwide.
How many kinesiologists are there in the world? It's becoming really popular.
It is becoming popular. I can't tell you that. I have no idea. All I know, I still go to, if there's a fair and there's a kinesiology stand, I will go to them and ask them about the book. And even though I did this back in 99, every one of them still knows it and has the book. I've never gone to a fair where they said, we don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I just put in, did I put it in? I put it in wrong.
TheScanCharts.com.
Scancharts.com.
So it's the name of the book itself.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it. I'm going to hide that one. I don't know why that came out half the word on that one. But anyway, Barry, thank you so much. So for people watching the replay, they just hashtag replay, let us know you watched it, number one. But even though we're not here with them live, that clearing or that, that clearing that we just did, I'm open to success, above and beyond my expectations will work for them. Well, that actually does feel really different when I say that. Well, I'm excited because I'm a believer.
and most people, again, just be aware of old stories, because the story is, can it clear this quick? Can it, do I have to do hours and hours and hours of therapy in order to do this? And I just want people to know it is possible to clear it this quick. So it's that simple, it really is that simple.
Yeah, it's just like the older I get, it's just like this stuff isn't really that complicated.
Well, part of it, and this is actually a technique that I created, and it came from some physical techniques that were on the body that I noticed, but it also came from some children who were just, I could see them actually clearing people by just almost doing what I did, but just scanning them with their eyes. And some of these young kids coming in, they're going to look at our modalities and go, well, why did you do that for? We just clear this stuff. And so this is really that stepping stone, particularly for those of us probably above 30 that need something to physically hang on to.
So that's two statements I've got since I know you only a week.
And I actually really like the statement, and the beauty of this is because I get this for myself as well, so I get to clear my own stuff as we do this.
That's so great. Barry, always fascinating to have a conversation with you. Thank you so much. How can people get in touch with you?
Look, the easiest way, Facebook Messenger is probably the most direct way. People want to email me, it's bauchetel@gmail.com, which is my surname. So it's BAUCHETTL@gmail.com. That's the easiest way. My website, if you want to go to my website, the easiest way my website we've got is if you go to barryau.com. If you can't remember Auchetel at some point, AU for Auchetel, AU for Australia. So barryau.com will send you to my website. Everything will be there, including the sabotage clearing work that I do, the vision work that I do, and conversation for those who are interested in that as well.
You also have a movie that people can watch, don't you?
Yeah, we had a wonderful movie that was released this year for 2020, such an appropriate time. And the movie's called Vision 2020, From Eyesight to Insight.
Vision 2020.
From Eyesight to Insight. And again, the link for that is just vision2020movie.com.
Vision 2020
movie.com.
Vision 2020 movie. So there's Michael's asking, how does he find out more about how you got 2020 vision?
I'd suggest go to the movie and have a look at the movie. It goes through not only myself, but the top vision educators around the world that we got to interview.
Wow.
And that's there. If he goes to thevisionschool.org, there's my programs that are there as well to help them. And certainly you can contact me privately as well. But
awesome. Thank you so much. And Michael, thank you for being, thanks for all your questions and your input. I've had a great time. Is there anything that you want to close out with, Barry?
No, I just think that statement's a great statement. And one of the things I often tell people is I don't believe we came to this planet to have the best mediocre life that we can have.
Hear, hear. I'm with you on that one.
And so, for me, this is about embracing, whatever way that is. That doesn't necessarily mean we need everyone on stage or everyone doing whatever. But this is about being the best person that you can be. And that's what we're after. And so the work that I do is about supporting people in being the best person they can be and having the most enjoyable life that they can have.
Oh my gosh, what amazing work you're doing in the world, and so needed as well. Thank you so much, Barry. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did, and I hope if you're watching the replay that you got some value out of this as well. Don't forget to let us know with #replay. Have a beautiful Christmas, everybody, and follow Barry. This guy has magic. Bye.
Bye.